Dark psychology. The most dangerous war is the one fought inside your own mind, orchestrated by someone else. Most people believe that manipulation is always aggressive, loud, and obvious. They expect a direct attack. They are wrong. The most lethal social predators don't attack your arguments, they attack your sanity. They use a highly sophisticated form of cognitive sabotage known as reality hacking. By subtly altering facts, rewriting the history of your conversations, and mixing warm social signals with cold indifference, they perform a slow, psychological lobotomy on your confidence. They don't try to win the debate. They manipulate the environment until you voluntarily apologize for being right, completely surrendering your frame to them. If you don't know how to anchor your mind to raw reality, you will always be a puppet in their twisted theater. Here are the 5 brutal signs that someone is secretly hacking your reality, and the single Machiavellian counter-strategy to remain completely untouchable. Sign number 1. They execute a confident, casual rewrite of your shared history. A master of reality hacking will never announce an argument. Instead, when you bring up a specific agreement, a deadline, or a promise they made, they will look at you with total, calm confusion. With absolute confidence, they will say things like, "I never said that," or "You are misremembering the conversation. We agreed to something completely different." In dark psychology, this is the first phase of cognitive warfare. They aren't just lying, they are testing the strength of your internal radar. If you start to hesitate, scratch your head, or look unsure, you hand them the crown. They notice your doubt and immediately double down on their version of reality, forcing you to question your own ears and memory. To destroy this game, you must treat your memory as an unshakable sovereign fact. Never debate the past with a hacker. The next time they try to rewrite a conversation, do not argue, do not get emotional, and do not try to prove your point. Look them dead in the eye and say with freezing neutrality, "I know exactly what was said, and I am not debating my memory with you. We are moving forward based on the facts." Shut down the transaction. If you let them edit yesterday, they will control your tomorrow. Sign number 2. They transform your rational boundaries into a symptom of your supposedly unstable mental state. This is the classic Machiavellian flip. When you catch a covert predator crossing a line, breaking a rule, or treating you with disrespect, they will not apologize. Instead, they will shift the focus entirely from their bad behavior to your emotional reaction. They will say with fake, heavy sadness, "Why are you always so paranoid?" Or, "You are being way too sensitive." Your anger is making this environment toxic. Suddenly, the conversation is no longer about their disrespect. It is about your sanity. They turn your healthy boundary into a flaw. If you swallow this bait, you will stop defending yourself. You will subconsciously start policing your own tone, trying to look calm and agreeable, while they continue to violate your boundaries for free. They hijack your frame and make you apologize for being attacked. To break the emotional hijack, you must maintain absolute freezing stillness, never defend your emotions. When they call you paranoid or sensitive, do not get mad, and do not justify yourself. Say one cold, devastating sentence. "My emotional state is not the subject of this conversation. Your behavior is." Answer the question. Force them back into the cage they built. Sign number 3. They flood your cognitive system with a rapid alternate mix of warm approval and ice-cold indifference. In advanced reality hacking, a manipulator will never stay consistent. If they are always mean, you leave. If they are always nice, they lose their leverage. Instead, they deploy the confusion blender. One day, they praise your intelligence, validate your ideas, and make you feel like the most important person in the room. The next day, for no logical reason, their attitude drops to freezing cold. They ignore your messages, give you short, formal answers, and look at you with subtle, unspoken disgust. Your brain enters a state of panic. You begin to obsessively analyze what you did wrong, replay your last conversations, and hunt for mistakes that don't exist. By manufactured confusion, they split your focus. You stop thinking about their toxic patterns and spend all your mental energy trying to solve the puzzle of their mood. To destroy the blender, you must adopt the rule of absolute indifference. Never participate in their weather changes. When they go cold, do not chase them. Do not ask what's wrong, and do not try to fix the vibe. Match their distance with an even greater, icy, high-agency calm. Sign number 4. They perform a continuous, microscopic audit of your minor mistakes to prove that your mind is fundamentally unreliable. To successfully hack your reality, a social predator needs a legal foundation. They need a history of your failures that they can weaponize later. If you forget a small detail, lose a key, or make a minor typo in a corporate document, a normal person moves on. But a reality hacker will quietly celebrate. They will loudly highlight the mistake in front of the group, wrapping it in fake patronizing concern. They will say, "Are you okay lately? You've been so forgetful. I'm genuinely worried about your focus." They collect these tiny, irrelevant human errors and build a false matrix. Months later, when you catch them in a massive, real lie, they will bring up this exact script. They will say, "Look how confused you've been lately. You can't even remember where you put your keys, and now you think you can audit my actions. You are simply imagining things." To smash the memory audit, embrace your human flaws with absolute, unshakable arrogance. The next time they try to magnify a minor mistake to make you look unstable, look them straight in the eyes, smile coldly, and say, "I made a mistake, and I've already corrected it. My focus is perfectly fine. Let's stay on the subject." Never let them turn a typo into an interrogation. Sign number 5. They systematically convince you that you are the only one who sees a problem with their toxic behavior. This is the ultimate Machiavellian chess move in reality hacking. When you try to find validation outside of their matrix, when you tell them that your friends, your colleagues, or your family also agree that their behavior is disrespectful, they will executioner-style cut off your escape. With a cold, condescending smile, they will look at you and say, "I spoke to your friends, and they actually think you're the one being unreasonable." Or, "Everyone in the office knows you're impossible to work with. I'm the only one who actually tolerates you." In dark psychology, this is known as invisible triangulation. They manufacture a fake consensus to make you feel completely alone in your judgment. They want you to believe that the entire world agrees with them and condemns you. The moment you accept this narrative, your cognitive defense system shuts down. You stop trusting your instincts, you stop trusting your support circle, and you hand them total monopoly over your sanity. To smash this final trap, never accept secondhand data about what the room thinks of you. When they try to claim that everyone agrees you are wrong, look them dead in the eyes with stone-cold stillness and say, "I don't operate on rumors or third-party gossip. If someone has an issue with me, they will state it to my face." Back to the facts. True social power doesn't belong to the person who can scream the loudest or lie the best. It belongs to the person whose mind remains an unshakable sovereign fortress, entirely anchored to raw reality. When you master the principles of high-agency frame control, you become completely immune to reality hacking. You recognize the subtle edits, you ignore the emotional smoke bombs, and you force the social predators to trip over their own cognitive traps. Your sanity is your currency. Never let anyone audit it for free. If you are ready to break their psychological matrices, reclaim your social gravity, and build a mind that no one can manipulate. Hit the subscribe button, leave a comment with your thoughts on reality hacking, and stay powerful. This is quiet power.